This is called power distribution unit. This is called power distribution unit of a battery pack. In this power distribution unit, in itself, this main contactor, pre-charge contactor, relays and fuses will be there. And this is considered as a main distribution system from which all the electrical power supplies from the battery pack will go to all the auxiliary loads and the inverters and motors for everyone, DC-DC converters, HVAC equipment, lights, and all the sensor equipment. And one important thing that we need to again caution be here is all the sensor circuitry will not be powered to the high voltage battery pack. All the sensor circuitry will be powered through the low voltage battery pack. Though in our electric vehicle, yeah, say for example, this is our electric vehicle. This is our main battery pack. This main battery pack will be dedicated for two purposes. One is for the high voltage, I mean heating, ventilation and air conditioning systems, and for inverter driving. Whereas there will be a small battery pack that will be there, that is something like 12 volt 60 ampere hour or 24 volt 30 ampere hour kind of battery pack will be there, which will be used for all sort of relays, all sort of sensor equipments and all sort of electronic equipments which are consuming less power. This will be powered by that small battery pack, because this big battery pack will we are not sure that when it will be going to drain and when it is going to be high. So that's the reason why there is a auxiliary battery that will be generally used for all sensor circuitry purposes. So in even though in electric vehicle there will be two batteries, one battery is main EV battery, one battery is auxiliary battery. Now, so this auxiliary battery, I can observe like how it is happening. So from this high voltage connections from the power distribution unit, so all these modules will be there, and each and every module composed with so many batteries, and each so many batteries internally. This each battery, all this battery module pack is supervised by cell module control. So each battery will be monitored at the cell level to ensure that the proper operation should happen. So like this, many modules are connected in series to improve the voltage. Now this positive terminal of this battery pack is connected to the positive terminal of the high voltage, and the negative terminal of the battery pack is connected to the negative terminal of the high voltage. So one important thing is, on the negative terminal, we may use the current shunt. We may use the current shunt. This current shunt is a very small amount of resistance, or sometimes we can even go with the isolated current sensor to sense how much amount of current that is delivered by this battery pack. And in between the positive and negative contact, there will be relays. These relays will be operated through the pre-charge circuit. So initially, whenever the high voltage, whenever you plug in your key into the electric vehicle, the current starts flowing through this positive through this pre-charge relay through the resistor, and due to which what happens is the current will be limited. Once the current is stabilized, then this will be opened automatically. This relay will be closed, and hence the main relay will be come into picture. So the losses whatever occur due to pre-charge resistance will be overcome. So this pre-charge resistance is just only for limit the initial current. But even then, nowadays, what is still more is happening. This is the technology around 2014 to 2016. In nowadays, the technology is completely changed here. Instead of, because this resistance, because whenever you started using resistance, there is a high amount of current that may flow. Whenever high amount of current is flowing, obviously there is a loss called I square R losses that again takes place, which again we don't want. So this is replaced with a semiconductor switch. such as high current MOSFET or gallium nitride GaN, gallium nitride field effect transistors, GaN FETs. So what actually these do is, these whenever you try to keep these GaN FETs, this will mimic, GaN FET will mimic or MOSFET will mimic as a resistor, and the losses across the FET will be extremely less because the internal resistance of the FET is in terms of milliohms, and hence the losses whatever it is even then occurring here, that is also overcome with the help of this GaN FET or MOSFET. Now, how the current is getting controlled from the positive and negative is by using your BMS, that is battery management system. So all the information from the cell monitoring control modules is uh, is transmitted through the CAN protocol. Sometimes they'll even go with SPA protocol, but in industrially and universally they have adapted the CAN bus protocol, because even most of the vehicles also for communication in the vehicular communication networks, internal communication, they are all using CAN. So this CAN information is flowing through the flowing to the BMS. So this BMS will decides what is it will decides the control signals based on the sensing, current sensing and the voltage sensing. So now we will look into in detail of this battery pack even. So before looking into the battery pack complete details, there are some checklists that we need to check very carefully. So this is a checklist for the battery pack. What is the from the mechanical perspective and the performance point of view. So what is the maximum length of the battery pack, width of the battery pack and height of the battery pack? Depending upon your vehicle, you have to choose. After choosing that, the performance requirement is what is the nominal voltage, maximum voltage, minimum voltage, charge current that is continuous, discharge current that is also continuous, and peak discharge current for 10 seconds, peak charge current for 10 seconds, peak discharge power for 30 seconds, peak charge power for 30 seconds. These two are for balance of life when the life is less, and it is in the end of life. Peak discharge power and peak charge power, and is again balance of life, peak discharge power and peak discharge power, and total nominal capacity and total amount of energy. This is, I mean, if you get all these parameters automatically, you can calculate how much amount of ampere hour and multiply with the voltage and time, you will get how much amount of energy that is required for the battery pack. So I'll just show you the some program that